probably need to work on that logo a little bit. But yeah, John, your poop story and hurting your back, it actually reminds me of when I was working with a coworker. And she was like telling how she broke her back giving birth, and I laughed at the time. I felt really bad because I didn't explain why I was laughing at her peril till the next day when I was like, by the way, I need to clarify. I was told growing up that giving birth is a lot like taking a giant shit. So when you told me yesterday that your back broke giving birth, I just imagined myself sitting on the toilet taking the biggest dump and my back breaking, and she lost it. She was like, that's about right. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, that sucks. You broke your back taking a poop.
That's real life male empathy in action.
Pooping is supposed to be a fun time, not a whoops. Somebody else's video is going out over the stream. Yeah, it's supposed to be a relieving period. But anyway, we got the show up. Links up. Should I throw in the Discord for you guys?
Yeah, I can get it over here though.
Throwing it on the promotional zone.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably start the timer too. My first day again.
Yeah, your voice is live too.
Well, yeah, I'm intentionally leaking the unintentional audio.
Okay.
Purposeful audio. So yeah, that poop story from earlier, that's on the stream now. I know, what am I doing? This isn't the end of the world.
Here we go. Socials are blasted hard. There we go.
Yeah, you blast them socials. Just blast them all.
Up to the driveway, said, hey, I'm outside, you want to rotate cars? So it is done.
She's at the bottom? You are awesome. Sorry. I love you. Oh, hey guys, just as a thing you guys might want to know, there is a massive boycott, all American content thing going on in Canada right now. So I know we normally joke around about the 51st state stuff, but we should probably really lay off if we want viewers from Canada.
Dude,
well, you said it, fine.
Just,
that hurt the channel for no reason. It's not even a good joke.
You guys not happy with getting the exact same deal that we got under Joe Biden?
All I can tell you is, Canada has been very firm in its decision not to join a third world country.
Okay, you can't just look at California and call America a third world country. It's alright, when you get down here to Key West, you'll see there's still some America.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I think the problem with the fact that America is basically third world would imply that we have manufacturing.
Fair.
Like, we're this weird other world in that, like, we have all of the dystopia of the third world, but all of the economy of the first world.
It's capitalist socialist dystopia. I mean, I don't think it's beyond saving, but it's gonna take a lot of continued time and effort. And unfortunately, I think real progress could have happened under. Oh, right, we gotta go.
Morality.
Here we go. Oh no, I forgot to set up the thing. Well, anyway, join us on tonight's Entertainment Information Intelligence podcast. One of these days, I'll do this thing the right way. Anyway, here we go. Right. And that is why we don't skip rehearsal dinners. Welcome to... Unfortunately, I did not rehearse that enough. I forgot to set that up. Got a little bit short-sighted. By a little, I mean I was totally short-sighted. So we are here to discuss entertainment. Dahlia Lightwood in the chat says, Entertainment Information Intelligence Podcast, but wait, entertainment has intelligence in 2035? Who knew? Well, actually, that's the goal, is to have entertainment have intelligence completely by 2035. No.
Intelligent entertainment is the dream.
Exactly. That's the end game. That is the end game now. But yeah. Welcome, Dahlia Lightwood. Good to see you. It has, and what we mean is it's not really like entertainment being intelligent yet. It's kind of more of our reference to being
an intelligence agency.
Some of us have backgrounds and have held clearances and have attended at least one intelligence briefing, if not more, in our lifetimes and careers. And so we decided when we were gonna sort of soft reboot the Tuesday show, we're gonna put it into something. We're gonna play to our strengths, which is what we should have been doing from the get-go. But I thought, oh, we'll just have the Tuesday show be the same name as the channel, because that's necessarily confusing. So yes, our intelligence may be about the stupidity that's going on. Absolutely. There's plenty of intel stuff to talk about that's stupid, but it's certainly nothing nearly as stupid as that terrible colossal train wreck of an intro I just yanked off. But I'm gonna have to work on that for next week. But
I think you did great, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So Dahlia Lightwood says, so your intelligent ones commenting on dumb entertainment, now it all makes sense. Well, I mean,
yeah, basically.
to stroke the egos a little hard, we're not that stupid. I mean, I'm definitely an idiot in some things, but not a lot.
All right, so shall we begin, boys and girls?
Yes, yes, we shall. Today's intelligence report.
So, as we all know, this last week we had the superb owl
yes
sports event.
Yes, the I would believe it was the Philly cheesesteak flying freedom birds versus the Kansas City
culturally insensitive. Yeah.
No, not even. The Chiefs are like, that's probably one of the least offensive ones.
I totally agree. I'm just having fun with
no,
it.
that's funny.
All right. So, and during it, we got a lot of trailers for upcoming movies for the year. And the first one I think we'll touch on is the Thunderbolts movie. So, for those who don't know too much about the Marvel Universe, the Thunderbolts were created as kind of like a dark mirror of the Avengers. It was like, what if the Avengers, but they kind of sucked?
I believe it's
And
called Suicide Squad. Oh, right, wrong universe.
universe, but similar idea. So,
Well, least intelligent comment of the stream so far is that one.
there we go. So the idea is they've brought together characters that have kind of been anti-heroes and bad guys around the Marvel universe, and are going to put them together on a team to solve a major global crisis. Now, it looks like the crisis is going to be Sentry. Sentry is Marvel's kind of answer to Superman. Same kind of power sets, only more wipe you out of reality kind of background.
Right.
Shall we watch the trailer?
It's a yellow crystal, not a green one that brings them down. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get some copyright infringement going here.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming. Who will keep
Avengers go.
the American
Oh
people
no.
safe?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus as
Not
Tulsi
out.
Gabbard.
And
Basically.
you gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be? I love that guy.
So none of us comply? So what, we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
I love that they're shooting at their own team. Like, this is making me feel like, oh great, they just grabbed 4 guys from an FPS and decided to have fun.
This is like Chinese knockoff suicide. This is Stupicide Squad.
Basically.
Where are you?
Everyone here has done bad things. You can't escape the past. Hey, it's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something about it now.
Okay, his arm is dishwasher safe. Let's just take a minute for that.
Oh, well, there's Bucky
No,
Barnes.
that
All
was
right, the
made
one
clear.
bright
was-
spot in this turd.
The one competent member of the team.
God,
But-
now I'm like
you're
maybe a
already-
little excited to watch this in my jammies when it, hits streaming.
Vibranium is clearly waterproof. See Cap shield.
Yeah, but I don't think Cap would have ever put his shield in the
Like,
dishwasher.
when did he ever? Yeah, this is
Yeah, but
like.
also, I don't think he ever sweat his armpit into his.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but I've like used the tub to scrub
We'll live
with
with
this.
it forever.
This could get messy.
Actually, I would go so far as to say
You thought you were
Cap
gonna be
came
some
up with
great
the whole magnet
saviors?
thing to prevent
Can't
someone.
even save yourself.
So that back there, just a few
So I have the wrong graphic
That
up.
little-
God, I'm doing terrible tonight.
here. Let's do that again.
James.
So there, that's Sentry. So he's
I know who that is.
Save yourself.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
We are the Thunderbolts.
okay. Did you notice how U.S. Agent's shield is like warped, like it's bent around his arm?
Call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
This has makings of team that can raise to glory. Bring light from the darkness.
All those guys
Yeah,
that
remember when
showed up
trailers
and-
for it?
used to have-
what?
You guys remember when trailers used to have actor names, not character
Character
names?
names?
To remind you
Yeah.
who they are?
Good point, John. I just know.
That's freaking great.
Re-exposition month?
We have to remind you who these characters are because they're such B-listers.
Because they only showed up in Black Widow, so you have to be remembered who you're watching.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. I love it.
Oh, 1 second. The lovely Sherry. Lovely Sherry has popped in
And be
real
the
quick.
heroes on the Wheaties box. With a little giddy toy.
Okay, in that last image here, yo, does Winter Soldier just like look like he's just completely had enough of this shit? Like he doesn't want to be there any more than we want him to be there.
Now, yeah, I think Sebastian Stan, that's the guy who plays Bucky, since the trailer wasn't going to tell you that.
Right?
That's, yeah. The lovely Sherry says, hello. Hello, the lovely Sherry. We are getting into the beginning of our intelligence drop, and we are checking out the Super Bowl trailers. And so far, I'm just meh. Super meh for the Stupicide Squad. I'm gonna
Dude,
hash
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not mad. I'm always a huge fan of CGI. The biggest miss for a lot of these movies lately for me is like the stories are I can wait till Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And this is another one of those. Like
I don't even want to wait. I'm gonna see that on.
Like I'm disenfranchised by movies that just do regular action sounds. I really need the 3D experience now, or I'm not paying for the theater.
I'm gonna see that pop up into my Disney Plus queue, and it's just gonna be the most resounding whatever.
It's definitely going to be a movie I will watch when I get the flu.
It might be one that we just watch in the Discord for fun and make fun of it.
Whoa,
we can do that.
to be like you. I'm rewatching South Park right now as my daytime entertainment. I cannot find anything new that's actually worth watching. This one is definitely going to be coming in at 2 in the afternoon when it hits Disney Plus.
Yeah, the lovely Sherry says, I didn't watch Superb Owl. I already knew the Chiefs would lose. Wow. Wish you could have told me that last week. I might have made a bet. I'm just kidding. I would have made a bet.
Did you see my short, The Lovely Sherry? Because that was my whole teaser. I didn't either.
It's a good short. I forgot to do mine this week. I've got to make up for my shorts next week.
This is my first time seeing all these trailers too.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So
I think we're.
Alexi, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
Right. He was the Captain America man for like one of the seasons, and then.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest.
Went to who it should have gone to.
Was that Falcon? Falcon America?
Falcon America, yeah.
Wait, doesn't he have a new movie coming out that they just?
Yeah, and apparently his new cap hat, his new cap mask, it looks like Ant-Man. It really looks stupid. I'm not impressed. I mean, they're using the Wakandan tech, which, okay, cool, but that's what we came up with.
But the tech makes sense if you're playing an RPG. I'm getting Wakanda
but it doesn't have to look like ass.
It has to look dope. And look at all of the other Wakanda. Like Black Panther, I don't care what anybody says, that movie was worth it just for the tech. It was dope, fun.
Yeah, it wasn't a Best Picture nomination worthy, but okay.
Yeah, like I mean, it was a decent
I'm not a
hero origin movie.
No, but it was a phenomenally innovative movie, especially in terms of the tech. And I love tech. I'm a tech nerd.
Yeah.
But like, it all looked cool too, and that's what I'm saying. And with you, Parker, is like you can't just say, "Oh, it's Wakandan tech," and that's why it looks completely corny. It's like
no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Cool.
We already saw the Wakandan tech with Iron Man in Endgame. I thought that was badass. It's the design of the mask that looks stupid.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Don't blame Wakanda. Blame the design.
That's
fair
what
enough.
I'm saying.
All right,
it's just they're trying to make a big deal about it being Wakandan tech, and I'm like, this is not distance. This is not a design you want to get behind. This is like if Carroll Shelby endorsed a car that looked like a butt. Like that's just not Anyway,
So,
the
Cybertruck?
lovely Sherry writes in, I have to wash my hair on May 2nd, so I can't watch this masterpiece movie.
Nice.
It's already got, wow, I am impressed, the lovely Sherry, to have your hair cleaning schedule so meticulously and thoroughly planned out
Thoroughly
that far
planned
in
out
advance.
like that, yeah.
I wonder if she just maybe made that up because she's so bored of this movie she found hair
I
washing.
would rather wash my
But I don't
hair
know.
than go to the
You could also
theater.
be that planned and organized, and shout outs to that.
Well, hopefully, Sherry, we can find something that sounds more interesting to you.
I don't know. She's got a good idea. I might actually have to schedule something on May 2nd. Maybe either a beach day, go get drunk day, or sleep in all day. Maybe all three of those. Anyway.
Maybe just a beard fluffing that day.
Yes, a nice little beard. You could go about the town and flaunt it everywhere. Anyway.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so the next trailer, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
The last, for sure, last, absolutely final movie that will never, will forever be the last.
Agent playing IMF agent Ethan Hunt.
Yes. Final, one last, for sure, the end, final mission. That's impossible.
Trust me, bro. Yeah. So
anyway, we will see him, Ethan Hawke, back in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning 2.
Right. All right. So, do we want to watch the trailer for this one too?
Yeah.
It's the Super Bowl is like a type of Christmas sometimes.
Your mission, should you choose to accept.
I like that it's only 31 seconds.
Everything you are. Everything you've done. Must come to this.
The nostalgic end.
I need you to trust me.
For sure this time.
One last time.
For sure. Absolutely. The final.
We promise.
We promise.
Oh, and by the way, it looks like it's going right up against Thunderbolts directly.
Oh, okay. So there we go. The lovely Sherry. I don't know. We got hair washing, beard flaunting, or Mission Impossible. I don't know. I think we got hair washing and beard flaunting it's neck and neck, and that's it. No one else is qualifying. Lovely Sherry says, those sound like great ideas. I doubt it's the last Mission Impossible movie. Tom Cruise is an adrenaline junkie. I like that. I'm 100% agree.
Yep.
Final.
So you're an adrenaline junkie, and Hollywood pays you to do your favorite thing your way because you're also an egomaniacal billionaire at this point with a church backing you up. I feel like he's gonna die doing that. And so we're all going to be surprised at the age at this point. Like, he's already past most athletes.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt is starting to slow down, I think, and he's like 32.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, to me, it actually does look like it might be a reasonable movie. But I mean, these Mission Impossible movies are all about the ridiculous practical stunts that they do. So who knows? Maybe we'll get something fun out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Next up, James Gunn and Crypto bring Superman to the Puppy Bowl.
One more thing on Mission Impossible. He never did the race swap, and he never did the gender swap, and he never did the gender role swap. Like, at no point has Tom Cruise been the B plot in any of his movies.
No.
That's fair, right?
As the lovely Sherry points out, he's an adrenaline junkie. He's not going to sideline in his own movie.
Yeah.
Tom is 62. Wow, good for him. Doesn't look a day over 40.
And I mean, let's be honest. Tom Cruise is going to stop doing those movies when we see the image Tom Cruise injured on set of current Mission Impossible movie filming.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's how these movies are going to stop.
Yep. All right. James Gunn and Crypto bring Superman to the way more important and vastly more popular, well, it's not, but it would be cool if it was, Puppy Bowl.
Yeah. So, we've got a couple of trailers for the new Superman movie. We actually had two in the Super Bowl this time around.
Well, let's get to him because honestly, I watched Superman Returns recently, so I'm like,
all right, let's hit it.
Movie.
Yo, man, was he fighting Godzilla?
This movie is like that's part of what's got me a little scared is because it could really turn into Man of Steel, but I don't know. We got the John Williams theme. We've got the we got another modern styling of the classic font from the original Reeves era movies. So
it looks like they're paying homage to the right Superman movies. So this could be okay. All right, here's the other trailer.
Gunn did pretty good with Peacemaker, so
yeah, I'm willing to let him try. I think is the best way to put it.
Dude, honestly, I'm getting a little bit more hyped as a huge Superman nerd. I'm not a huge fan of the costume yet, but I'm liking the music a lot.
All right, well, here's the trailer that's supposedly called the New Heroes trailer. So let's take a look. Whoa, let's back that up just a second here.
Pretty good shot.
I'm seeing that's actually a pretty good shot.
That's Nathan Fillion.
That is definitely a Guy Gardner pose. Like
yeah. And we've got looks like Hawk Girl.
Yep.
So
and we got Corn Sweat in a very, very heroic Superman pose. A lot better than the twirl that.
Now I am going to point out something here that I just noticed. Is Hawk Girl wearing a Green Lantern uniform?
Could be.
That's interesting.
Yes, he's fighting a giant lizard.
What you've accomplished here, your mother would be proud of. Not everyone will agree.
We got a Lex Luthor. Looks like a Metallo, maybe?
You will fail.
This is better than the original teaser.
And some will hate you.
Yeah.
The individual called Superman was arrested.
But sooner or later, you'll become
Superman. A symbol they can hold on to.
You know what? This is how you do a trailer.
But it is the greatest power of this world.
Hope.
You know what? That wasn't bad.
That was good. Yo, let's go. Let's get some Yo, I'm ready for July 11th. That actually looks incredible. I'm gonna have to put off my hair appointments that day, I tell you what.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have to find an excuse, man.
No, I gotta make sure I'm there. I gotta make. You know what? I'm texting my boss right now. Yo, July 11th. Make sure.
Need the day off. Yeah.
The lovely Sherry says, "Pass. Absolute miscast, but that's just my opinion." Well, then tune in for our Superman review when we go see it, and we'll let you know what we think. And I don't know, maybe change your mind. We'll see. I think it's. I don't know. I was nervous about Pattinson. I don't have that same kind of nerve wrack or any kind of concern. He definitely looks like I think he's. I'm gonna give him a chance, and that's all we can do. Yeah, some people have made their memes, whatever, unflattering stuff, and not every shot comes out or gets across the way that the director intends. But
so long as they put in the effort and try to pay homage to the characters, right? I'm kind of okay with that.
Well, and
Well,
Gunn does that, so
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Ever since the Fantastic Four trailer, this one right next to it makes me go like, "Oh wow, they're really going comic book heavy."
Yeah, but
And
that's
I'm
not
like,
a bad thing.
never a bad thing. And that's what I mean to say is like I'm more interested because I never read the comics. I never had access to them readily available. So like, it's really really fun to be able to see somebody bringing it to the big screen.
So it looks like we're getting Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, the Engineer, and looks like we're getting the classic Daily Planet characters as well.
cool. Well, I'm
So,
definitely looking
there we
forward
go.
to it. So
Here we are. All right. Moving on. We got another trailer as well. For
yeah,
Brad
more
Pitt's
trailers. Except there's not going to be a movie after this. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Brad Pitt's high octane F1 teaser trailer debuted ahead of the Super Bowl. So Brad Pitt is doing a Formula One racing movie, apparently. Could be interesting. The Gran Turismo movie was pretty good, so I think they know how to shoot these. Hopefully, they can make it work with these characters, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So,
I don't know. What do we got for a trailer? Is this going to be any good?
Let's find out. We got some vroom vrooms there. We got crashes, which is why anyone ever actually watches racing. That's what we got.
You know, if I was an F1 fan, I bet I would have just
Ate that up.
my shit.
Yeah.
As an avid Brad Pitt fan, cannot wait for it to get to a streamer.
It definitely doesn't look like no Ford v Ferrari, but oh yeah. Speaking of which, you guys might like this, but yesterday at work we actually had the Ford GT racing team come in to
nice.
to look at some artwork. So yeah, the same legacy team that beat Ferrari all those years ago. It's still going strong.
Now, this is another Apple movie. So this is a co-production with Apple and Warner Brothers.
You know, I'm kind of with John on that. I look forward to stream it even harder now.
All right.
Pop it on after catching up on Silo.
You know, Brad Pitt is not a terrible actor. There have been movies.
I love him.
Yeah.
I've seen him since like Fight Club, so like I just really right up there with Ed Norton. I'll give everything a shot, and in some cases twice.
You know, Brad Pitt and in Mr. and Mrs. Smith was also hilarious. Like he has range as an actor.
That shot, that one's like I've seen many times when I need a funny spy movie.
All right, so there's possibility there. All right. Next up. Jurassic World Rebirth looks doomed to repeat the sequel's worst mistake.
No way! What?
Right?
You can't
do the copyrighted.
Impossible. But I've heard so much good things. Don't you guys remember the first Jurassic World being such ass?
Yeah, I mean, I think first it's a little too soon to do another Jurassic World movie. right? I'm
Bro, at
starting to
this
feel
point,
like it's
you
kind
give
of
it to
played
Will
out.
Ferrell. Like you give it to Will Ferrell, do another Land of the Lost, and
Right.
it recovers immediately. Honestly,
Land of
give
the
it to
Lost
Vin
World,
Diesel,
Jurassic Park.
becomes
Yeah,
Fast
good
and the
idea, John.
Dinosaurs, Fast Jurassic, Jurassic Furious. Dude, I'm coming up with titles for like 7 different movies right now.
Jurassic Park, brought to you by Pepsi.
Right. So the thing that they are doing that the previous movies have kind of paid homage to again and again and again is they're going to have the T-Rex skeleton and the banner saying, you know, when dinosaurs ruled the earth falling down in front of it again. And it's like it's a little played out, right? Like I think we all know what the premise of these movies are. We don't need to keep revisiting it.
Yeah, how many times are we just going to take the first movie and retool it with the same kind of plot and the same it's all the same movie. We create dinosaurs. We bring heroes to a place where dinosaurs are. Dinosaurs get loose. Heroes have to, you know, while checking out dinosaurs, have to survive dinosaurs while dinosaurs get loose. Heroes somehow escape. A couple people get eaten. Who cares? It's mostly nobody's anyway. The heroes, the Goldblums get away. And
even
then,
the heroes are all kind of like sly enough that you're like, kind of hope the babysitter gets ate.
And then we come back and we do the same exact thing. But this time it gets bigger. And then the next movie, we're gonna come back and they're all just gonna get bigger and all just gonna get. I hate these movies now.
Yeah,
I really do. Like I thought the first Jurassic Park is still decent for what it is as a blockbuster film and certainly a historic piece of cinema. But man, not a single one of the sequels landed. Like people liked 3 because the guy from the first one came back. That was it. It was nostalgia. Otherwise, that movie's trash.
Dude, for me, it's honestly all about the fact that like, how do you guys not get more technology? Like, this is the biggest excuse to have like Raytheon spend $100,000 to prototype dinosaur killing guns, and you get to display them on like in the movies.
Right.
Well, even just this.
Instead, like all of them are these giant pity parties. Like, oh my god, we tried to keep the dinosaurs in, and it didn't work.
And the cages fell because somebody got corrupt or somebody did a thing. But anyway, and then Jurassic World, we have Bryce Dallas Howard running away from a freaking T-Rex and heels.
Right. I mean, now let's be honest. Realistically, I can't see, 50 cal not resolving any dinosaur ever to exist.
Whoa.
No, but here's the thing.
Whoa, I forgot Chris Pratt using the Force on the dinos. I forgot to mention
prototyping fake guns for the government. Why not at least film on the movie?
Hey, easy with the firearms references, John. You've made 2 within 30 seconds. That is pushing it to extremism, bro.
But at any rate, it looks like it's just going to retread the same ground that the previous ones have tread on.
Like, of all the series that I would expect to be up to like Sharknado status, the dinosaurs like swim and invade like the continents and it turns into a freaking war of the humans versus dinosaurs.
Dinosaur government before Jurassic World did government dinosaurs.
Right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go get my I think my apartment's going to be on fire the day that movie comes out. I probably shouldn't say that. Never mind. I think I'm getting a car maintenance done that day.
You got to work on your karma?
I gotta go change the battery fluid.
There you go. I definitely need to look at the levels of headlight fluid on my vehicle that day.
Yeah, it's winter time. Also, don't forget to drill screws into your tires because you guys have that what is it? White powdery substance gets everywhere.
No, I'm not in California.
No,
I'm not in California.
No,
we don't have
powdery
cocaine.
substance is popular down here, John. No, I'm talking about the other stupid bullshit one that's like cold. I gotta say, I do love watching snow from the warmth and comfort of Key West. It's.
You mean the unbearable heat?
Keep all. It's 80 degrees today, man. It was. I just.
Yeah. The unbearable heat and, spiders the size of dinner plates, hard pass.
No, we don't have that. It's the cockroaches that are big. Spiders are reasonably sized here.
All right.
Nothing
Anyway.
escapes boot.
All right. Next up. All right.
Fantastic Four.
Actually, no. I brought this up because Marvel has released the movie and TV release date schedule for Marvel's Phase 5 and Phase 6. So it's kind of a preview of all the things that we're going to be getting.
Yay.
So it
The
starts
lovely Sherry says, it started snowing here in NYC. Sorry to interrupt, Corion, but let's just real quick, guys. Yep. Perfect. Moment of silence for Sherry having to deal with snow in New York. My heart goes out to you. So that's weird how that works. Anyway.
Yeah. So first up on February 14th, this month we are getting Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah.
The movie they had to change from New World Order for some unknown reason.
Yeah, for some unknown reason. Although Brave New World's a way worse title.
Dude, what 18-year-old idiot wrote this script and was like, "Oh no way, New World Order has some faux pas"?
My story's so deep, I want to cut myself.
Hollywood is responsible for the majority of good conspiracy theories.
Right?
Let's see, February 14th. What's going on that day? That's, Valentine's Day. Shit, that's a tough one. Observe V-Day or go watch Brave New World. Hey, babe, what kind of turd do you want to eat this weekend?
Oh, dude, you guys know it's going to be just as good as Deadpool, which, broke box office records. Third in line with The Passion of the Christ on its first try.
That's why they're releasing it in February.
To do the exact same thing. Watch it literally be a clean rewrite of the first.
The only good movie to drop on Valentine's Day was The Kingsman. Without a doubt, the best V-Day movie I have ever seen.
I watched it Valentine's Day. It was amazing. No regrets. I took a girlfriend to Deadpool Valentine's Day. It was worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Time to fast forward.
Next. Oh, hold on. We've got a whole list here.
No, I'm afraid we do not.
Okay. Oh, we have the man, the legend.
The show is, yes, Mr. Kran Pasha for the first time in way too long. Sorry about that. It's been a 2024.
Way too long, and sorry I couldn't call in while I was driving, and I won't be able to talk long here because I'm getting a quick bite before I'm going off to my photography class. I'm in East LA, which is always a fun area. So hopefully I won't have to use my martial arts in this area. It's a little shifty, but whatever it is, what it is.
All right,
I'm at a very, very good shawarma place called Anwar's, if you guys are ever in this area.
Well, we'll definitely be sure to.
Anwar's is the place, dude.
It's definitely really good. So hey, I only got a few minutes. So what have you guys been talking about?
Go ahead. Actually, why don't we talk about the scoops you've had over the last over the last week or two here?
Okay, bring them up. I don't even remember them anymore. There's too many.
Yeah, fair enough. So let's start with your man Sparrow saying the Lucasfilm Flying Monkeys are destined for the Sarlacc pit.
So my Disney contact Sparrow came in with a very interesting and a little bit confusing, and I had to got a lot of clarifications on the message because they came in and said, okay, so Jon Favreau has come up with a solution to exile the remaining sort of Kennedy loyalists that are inside Lucasfilm, and the thing was, well, they're being sent to us. There's been an agreement, a sort of gentleman's agreement, to send them to Skydance. And I'm like, Skydance? Skydance isn't part of Disney. It's a separate company. It's the one that's merging with Paramount, and also it's got a pretty strong reputation of at least doing middle of the road or even somewhat conservative projects, right? And why would it take on these very left-leaning, Marxist-leaning people? And the interesting revelation, which was a bit of a double take for me, was Sparrow said, look, there's some changes happening inside the Hollywood system, and Skydance is moving. Skydance is going to be moving leftwards. I was like, why? The whole the whole industry is kind of moving middle to rightwards, right? Disney is maybe we'll talk about DEI and all that is ending, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And then their response was, just remember that that there's always two sides of a narrative that Hollywood likes to control. So if all the other studios are moving rightwards, well, you got all these very, not, you don't have to like them, but a lot of them are very talented people in this town. Most people in this town are pretty progressive. They're pretty left leaning. You got a lot of talented people who are good at their jobs, who politically are uncomfortable with where the country is right now, and they're uncomfortable that the studios that they were at, especially Disney, are going along with it. And so it's like, they're this talented pool of people that wants to go somewhere. And the response to Skydance, for its own internal reasons, is decide, we'll start bringing those people in, and we're going to start rebranding and becoming a little bit of the MSNBC inside of Hollywood right now, a little bit of an island, so that we can get a lot of these very talented people who are just uncomfortable. And so the interesting thing is, so the idea is that those amongst the executives at Lucasfilm who are leftward leaning and Kennedy acolytes, but are actually good at their jobs, would go over to Skydance where they would be appreciated. And then those that weren't good at their jobs would kind of just be terminated, right? And this was very shocking to me because this requires a little bit of a, trace trace the root maze to figure that out. But that's what they're telling me, and it's not improbable because someone pointed out to me that I think Ms. Leslie Headland is off doing something at Paramount, which is about to merge with
Skydance.
Skydance. So already we're beginning to see the beginnings of Paramount, which is going to be a Skydance partner / subsidiary, is moving towards Ms. Headland, who I think we can all say is pretty on the progressive side. So, it's a very shocking bit of information for those who like to think that I'm making up this Sparrow character or whatever. So, well, this is a very improbable thing to say if you're making it up, because that's not the kind of narrative you'd expect, but it requires some layers of onion peeling. You're like, okay, I think I can buy that.
Yeah, so I mean, I thought it was an interesting take, right? I mean, it's one of those. It does make sense that they do need somewhere to go,
Yeah.
right? And it does make sense that if there were very talented people that were suddenly available, giving them a spot to go and like maybe direct them into something that could be produced that is on the progressive side that will make money does make logical sense.
Well, yeah, because even if we had a certain president or a certain political party won these elections, at least 48 to 49% of the country is still leaning leftwards. So you still have to make stuff for them.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of thinking about NASA. There was a couple of college kids that were screwing around trying to make rocket fuel. They wound up blowing up their dorm. NASA picked them up, put them on a farm, and said, keep making rocket fuel, but don't blow it up. And that's how we got the Jet Propulsion Lab.
Yeah. Well, but Jack Parsons ultimately did blow himself up, so it didn't.
Well, yeah, but at the same token, there is some logic to, take people that actually have talent that have maybe that are not in a good spot and put them somewhere where they can be of use.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pure business. If you see talented people who are disgruntled, they're going to go somewhere. And remember, most of the executives in Hollywood are leftward leaning. Even if they're moving towards the middle because of economics, their sympathies are not there. So they would kind of want to create an island where there'd be somewhere for allies to go.
Yeah.
So that's that scoop. Now I only have a few more minutes. Is there anything else we can raise? I know
let's hit on the other one here. I think that's really interesting. The Disney accelerates DEI dissolution. Reimagine Tomorrow is shut down. Disclaimers being reworded. So it sounds like Disney's going more centrist now and trying to get out of the DEI game.
Yeah, but as I wrote in that article, I mean, Hollywood is trying to present this as some new phenomenon that's happening in relationship to the administration change, right? The reality is I've been reporting on my Patreon since 2023, 2023, not 2003, 2023, that this has been in the works. We've had public announcing. I believe the name was Tondra Newton, who was the Disney chief diversity officer, was let go in 2023 by Bob Iger. He fired her personally when she sort of got, she got very confrontational with him in a personal meeting where she wanted to advance the status of her role and DEI in the company. And he said, I'm not having that, and no one tells me what to do to my face, right? Because I know from Disney, you don't. I have my own experience at Disney. I would have told Ms. Newton, don't do that because Disney is a very Machiavellian place. You don't confront people directly there. And going to the CEO and saying you're going to do this, that's one way to get fired on the spot, which is what apparently happened, right? And so, but that was 2020. And then Victoria Alonso, who was sort of passionate progressive activist inside of Marvel, was let go in 2023. This even goes back to 2022 when the ill-fated Bob Chapek was trying to do these things but wasn't allowed to because the system essentially crucified him, right? And so this is again, I think we're reaching a place where a lot of Hollywood and sort of perhaps some of our favorite friends on YouTube are presenting this as if this is some new development when it's been in the works for several years, and this is just perhaps the icing on the cake of that, the final acceleration of the process.
Yeah.
And so that's where we are.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Real quick, first of all, the lovely Sherry says hi, Cameron.
Thank you. Great hi.
And then I wanted to the last post I think you made today, since you sort of segued into it, I just want to point out if we could quickly get that one up on the screen. Yeah. So tonight on Cameron Was Right.
Yeah.
Because you did actually report on the connection between USAID and the Acolyte funding, and well, now it's like suddenly revolution breaking news of.
Yeah, I'm amused because I'm used to it, but it's really amusing right now because I'm always amused by groups of people suddenly jumping on board things. Like, remember when everyone was buying AMC stock all of a sudden, right? And everyone was like jumping into silver. I was like, well, I was buying silver 10 years before and you figured it out, right? And so I was like, I figured AMC was a good buy years before you guys did. And so this was the thing, like everyone is now talking about USAID, which is an agency that was actually founded by JFK, sort of like the Peace Corps, to give financing to spread American values overseas, kind of thing, right? So it was, but most people have heard of the Peace Corps. Most people had never heard of USAID. So something makes it hilarious to me that suddenly in the last 1 week, everyone, particularly on the right-leaning YouTube, is all like USAID.
Suddenly
USAID.
everyone knows. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, you guys even know this thing existed, and you're all acting like the big crusader has been fighting it for a decade or whatever. You didn't even know it was around. Whereas on my Patreon back in 2023, I posted a pretty controversial scoop. Well, I wouldn't say it's a scoop because it was sourced from other places, but it was sourced from places like the Gray Zone, very good media outlet. If you're not following it, it really does a lot of investigative reporting in a world without investigative reporting nowadays. And so the Gray Zone had found some connections between someone, an actor, apparently a trans actor, who had been hired. I don't know that they ultimately ended up. So they're not in the credits of the final Acolyte, but they had been announced as being. In fact, there had been, if you recall, there had been this big news that the Acolyte is hiring a famous trans person, right? And then you never really, that was in the news. They were bragging about it. And the Gray Zone looked into who this person was, and this was a person that was apparently a YouTuber, not really an actor, a YouTuber that had been accused of being a propagandist for the U.S. and the U.K. government. Thank you. I'm just finishing this off. They're telling my food's ready. I gotta go a second. But they were accused for being a propagandist, and they had been financed by USAID, which I noted in my 2023 article has been accused of being a propaganda outlet, right? That it had devolved from JFK's vision that the American values that were now being spread were not, democracy and human rights, but various, extreme social agendas, which even most Americans like, I don't know about this anymore, right? So that person was somehow being brought onto the Acolyte. They weren't even an actor, but they were being presented as an actor. So that linked to what I've been claiming on my Patreon for several years, that the Acolyte has some very shifty, shadowy financing sources. And now, 2 years later, everyone is talking about USAID being used financially to promote propaganda. Remember, the Acolyte was filmed in the UK, so USAID could technically give things money over there, right? Right? Yep. And so even if they're not supposedly doing it here. So it's it's amusing to me that the system is now aware of this. But I said this in 2023, and people thought, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. And now it's on everyone's lips. But of course, no one remembers that I said this. That's why I was like, I'm going to put this out there.
Yeah.
The USA, you guys didn't know about it. But, random Kran Pasha's Patreon's been talking about this for 2 years. And so, I'm pretty proud of that. I mean, even if only a few hundred people on Patreon know, I'm so proud of it.
Hey, man, I think that's an interesting piece to to be able to say, right? That
Yeah.
you
No.
knew these guys were shifty before the government did.
Or at least before the government admitted it, or at least before I knew it before the general public was aware of it. Because I hang out with conspiracy guys who are like, you know, what this agency is and what it appears to be. I mean, I've heard this stuff before, right? And there's other layers. So I ask for forgiveness. My wonderful shawarma is getting cold, so I'm going to hop in. I'm going to run to my class, but I'm going to watch the playback and see what I missed. But I'm sorry I was so hit and run today, but at least I'm glad to be back on the channel. Hopefully, we can have a more, you know, a more sort of advanced notice in the future, and I can come in on a prepared time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Enjoy your dinner.
Thanks for
Enjoy your
coming.
class. Take care.
We'll see. God bless everyone. Peace. Take care. How do I shut this thing off? I don't even know how to shut this off. It won't let me shut this off. All right.
I don't know. I'll there we go.
There we go.
All
If you
right.
think about it,
So there it was.
James Gunn is the perfect example of Cameron when he was calling it like Marvel fired him. DC was like, "What? No, this is over."
Yeah.
And then now Marvel's like back to like, "Oh yeah, that's over." Like just now catching on. And I think like the big thing is like for a lot of people it's ideology, and for the C-suite it was 100% billables. Like it had literally nothing to do with love. It's like if Christianity becomes popular again, Bible Man will be on the big screen.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, it's like if they can sell it and they can make a profit on it, they're going to do it. They don't care about the content. What they care about is the profitability.
Yeah. Yeah, no. The lovely Sherry says Cameron was brilliant. Well, thank you. And we've been promising this for almost a year now, but we're actually going to finally now that year 4 is officially starting next week. We are going to try and get Cameron here at least once a month to have him on to discuss whether he's able to get in. I mean, I want to try and keep kind of the pop culture discussion focused here on the E2 IP, but for Cameron, I'm gonna give him, you know, an hour to 2 hours at least once a month, and we'll either talk workshops or whatever projects he may be involved in or is working on, where his writing stuff has gotten, his history as a writer in Hollywood. There's so much that we can pick from Cameron and his experiences in his mind, and we've wanted to deliver that. It's just 2024 was a tumultuous year, and we'll also explain more on that probably in some upcoming series of recorded videos. But the point is, we are doing our show our way. We want to grow. We want to continue to expand. We'd like to get our numbers up, but we're not going to buy any subscriptions to do it. We're not going to bot any more accounts than, you know, maybe 1 or 2 per person here. But we still intend to do it honestly. We still intend to do that. However, that's why we've rebranded a little bit. Tuesday's show is just going to be an open pop culture forum. So if there are shows you guys are watching, we can start talking about them in follow-up episodes. But, yeah. So let's go ahead and get back to the intelligence package for tonight. And
so the next show that we're going to get is Charlie Cox is putting back on the Daredevil costume. March 4th, we're getting Daredevil Born Again. This is going to be a direct sequel to the Netflix MCU kind of universe that they had going.
Yeah.
We have a lot of characters that are going to be returning from the Netflix series. And if it takes off, we're told that they want to keep the MCU, like the street level MCU stuff, continuing to go. So could be good.
Yeah. No, I mean the trailer shows some promise, so we'll see what happens. And then all right, we already saw Thunderbolts is coming.
Yeah, we already saw Thunderbolts. I'm not going to get into it. Unfortunately, we got to discuss Ironheart. Ironheart is the stupidest idea ever put forward by Marvel, but this has been a long time coming. The idea is we are going to get Riri Williams getting her own movie, as basically attempting to take over for Tony Stark in the MCU, because you can apparently replace Robert Downey Jr. and succeed.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. Because apparently they had an entire series written for Disney Plus to come out with like
That's
Loki and
right.
WandaVision. So
Yep.
this means that they condensed 8 episodes into probably 90 minutes just to get it out there because they owe contracts.
Yep.
That's hilarious. I'm so sorry, Riri Williams. Like, you got butchered.
No, the character's always been terrible.
No, but the writers and the directors and the EP should have never signed off on this.
No, they shouldn't have. Okay. We are getting the Fantastic Four First Steps July 25th. Now, for the record, I actually like the idea that they're going with this. It has a very retro futurism look. It feels very much like a Danny Ditko comic book put on the screen. It has that classic feel to the Fantastic Four. I don't know about all the actors involved, but I will definitely say I think they nailed the aesthetic. And if they've nailed the aesthetic and the story is decent, they might be able to get away with it. So
yeah, I don't know. I watched that trailer and I felt very misinspired.
Okay.
Dude, I'm super inspired. I honestly, because like if you compare it to literally everything else, it's either New York, Chicago, or LA. And I get that like the majority of people live in those areas, but that's not true. Just the largest conglomerations of people live in those areas.
Yeah, fair enough. So I don't know. I think it has some promise to go for it. Eyes of Wakanda, August 6th. This is going to follow the spy agency that Wakanda uses around the world. And it looks like it's set to set up as a series on Disney Plus. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think we really need it, but there it is.
Yeah. CIA Wakanda. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Something that does sound good is Marvel's What If ended this year, and they're replacing it with Marvel's Zombies. So it's a zombie thriller with superheroes.
Okay.
Animated on Disney Plus. Kind of an Elseworld story.
Not sure when she said it, but the lovely Sherry says, enjoy the rest of the stream. I'm off to dinner. Bye. Thanks for hanging out, Sherry. We appreciate the comments and the interaction. Please come back.
Yeah. Next up, Wonder Man, December 2025. Wonder Man is a hero that was a Hollywood actor. So he does his own super stunts, I guess.
Alrighty then.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah, basically. Avengers Doomsday, May 1st, 2026. This is going to have Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom. Could be fun. So this was a replacement for Age of Kang, because Jonathan Majors had a bunch of legal trouble.
Yeah.
So could be interesting. The Doomsday story arc in the Marvel Comics was effectively a reset of the comic universe. So if they feel they need a reset, that could lead to some interesting pieces. All right. Seems that's where it's going. Spider-Man 4. Yes, we are getting a 4th Spider-Man movie. Okay. It'll shoot summer 2025 for a release date in July 2026.
Well done, Tommy Holland. That is an achievement. Everybody else got cut at 3.
That's it. We don't know if MJ and Ned, the MJ and Ned characters, are going to be back in this one. Given how things ended at the end of No Way Home, it's hard to say. But if they push MJ to the side, maybe we're going to be getting a Stacey Gwen. So could be interesting. Next up, 2026, we are getting Vision Quest. This is going to be kind of a follow-up to the WandaVision style series. It's going to focus on White Vision figuring out who the heck he actually is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I have one word to say to Vision Quest. Coochie Moya.
Before you do, Terry Metalis is show running it. The guy who gave you Picard season 3.
Well, we'll see. I'll give him to a trailer to see what happens, but he should be making, a TNG movie and another, Star Trek Legacy series, but whatever.
Yeah, we're getting Avengers.
We don't need any more Captain Picard while he's still alive.
Yeah. We're getting an Avengers Secret Wars, May 7th, 2027. This is what's going to introduce a lot of multiverse pieces and bring the X-Men into the MCU.
Okay.
There is supposedly an X-Men 97 season 2.
Okay, now
coming
I'm
at
interested. So, but unknown date.
We don't have a date yet, but I can't imagine it's going to be too far out. I can imagine they put a lot of priority on that. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is supposedly coming. Those movies have done fantastic. The animated Spider-Man movies have done fantastic. Hopefully they can do something with it. Armor Wars has officially been canceled. So this is a little out of date. And the live action Wakanda series we already know about. Blade has officially been canceled. And that's what we got.
All right.
All right. Last piece for us tonight. Sarah Michelle Gellar promises Buffy revival will only happen if we know we can do it right. Now, here's what I'm going to bring forward here. There are two problems, I think, with doing a Buffy the Vampire Slayer redo. One, the guy who played Xander is currently serving a life sentence. Two, Sarah Michelle Gellar is in no shape to play Buffy again. And even if she did, do we really want to see a 35-year-old mom playing Buffy? And three, Joss Whedon, the guy who created the series and has been running the series and basically was the backbone of the series, is currently persona non grata in Hollywood for being very inappropriate with women under his auspices, and in his company. So they apparently are bringing in a female director, but I don't know what you do given that half the cast is basically not available and the other half of the cast does not look right to play those characters anymore.
Dude, if there's room for a legacy cast to like you can do so much with spawning a new story based off of however the ending was. You can be like, all right, so episode 1 is basically figuring out how these people are connected to that one's legacy. Now we can either go secret society, we can go secret corporation, we can go whatever the original thing was and just continue there a couple generations away because they are one of the major benefits is Buffy the Vampire Slayer has limited tech. Nobody on set knew shit about radios and stuff like that and triangulation and radio frequency or cell towers and cell data. So those kinds of data points weren't manipulated in any of the seasons. ding, 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 ding. Like you have new stuff that already exists today that's well written about. Already most of like the audience knows about it. And from there, like you could do something, but like I don't know. I feel like it's really about how much you want to do that.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to succeed. I think the cast was a lightning in a bottle sort of situation.
Yeah.
And the bottle has been opened at this point.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, I think that's going to go ahead and start to wrap it up for us here on the E2IP. I want to thank everybody, Dahlia Lightwood and the lovely Sherry, for tuning in and commenting and interacting. Also appreciate anybody lurking, liking, subscribing, following in the aftermath. We are entirely listener supported right now, so if you guys can keep sharing and spreading the good word, hit the like button, throw down some comments. That's all we're going to ask of you for now. Otherwise, I'm Peter York, the Writer Brothers. We will see you at next week's E2IP. This has been the Entertainment Information Intelligence Podcast from the Writer Brothers. The Writer Brothers, restoring respect in a discourse.